It's always great to see a kinetic energy robot, such as a spinning bot, go up against anything else. If this is the first match you've ever seen, it's a pretty good one to start on, probably. I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. Before the match starts, so I'll give everybody a rundown on how the arena works and how the match will work as well. So the match will last for 3 minutes. In the first minute, it's all up to the robots. The arena will not be active. But after the first minute has passed and there's 2 minutes left, there is a flipper and a saw that'll periodically show themselves. They go off randomly. The flipper will just flip towards the center of the arena, and the buzzsaw will spin up for 5 seconds. You'll probably be able to hear it, and then it'll pop its head up. And if any robots pop a bit, it'll probably get some scarring. And the last hazard that we have in the arena is the pit, which is on the audience side. It's like a little square cutout. It looks a little bit rusty. That's the thing that Jack is touching. So in the last 30 seconds, that pit will drop. And if a robot falls into that pit, it is immediately eliminated. It kind of makes the pit the most dangerous in terms of progression in the tournament. But the other hazards will do more damage. So it looks like we've got both robots in the arena. Still have 3 minutes to go, so I'm just going to keep talking. So we've got BE. That's the blue robot. It's a wedge. It looks a bit like Thomas the Tank Engine. It says Aura on top, and it's got some googly eyes. Just to, yeah. So that's BE. I think it stands for Bachelor of Engineering. I'm not sure.
And in the red square, we have Blank Space. It's a cut-down version of the larger robots over there on the stands, in-game and Bad Blood. Taylor Swift fans might be able to detect a theme here. It's what we call a vertical disc spinner. Hopefully it's got enough battery to last the whole fight.
So just before we start, I'm just going to let everybody know to keep a step back from the arena at all times. Sometimes we want to open the doors, sometimes we need to close the doors. It's good to stay out of the way. And also just near the skirts of the arena, sometimes we need access to underneath it. So please just stay a step back.
All right. Drivers, are you ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, fight! Blank Space's weapon spins up, immediately hits BE, double backflip through the air, back into a starting position. Blank Space chases BE around. BE trying to square up, get that wedge facing Blank Space's weapon, but not helping too much. That's actually right. The flat face of BE doing a better job of protecting it from the disc spinner.
Now it seems like a strategy. Wow, that's debris flying through the arena. The strategy for a wedge bot like this against the kinetic energy spinner is try to keep that spinner from spinning up, but there goes BE's wheel. And the second wheel.
That first red disc that came off was the hub that was holding the wheel onto BE. And now wheelless robot stranded upside down on the ground, being counted out.
That's
Blank Space wins by knockout. Our next fight shall be between the horizontal spinner White Lightning and Wedgebot, Apex Predator. White Lightning is loaded in. That's the white robot, orange wheels, big jagged horizontal spinner on the front. Fighting against it shall be Apex Predator, the green machine with the big steel wedge on the front. Now, Apex Predator seems to have undergone quite a few changes since its last match. It's got a big stick to try and keep the horizontal spinner at bay, try and get into the, looks like that spike is supposed to go above the spinner of White Lightning, try and poke at the motors and the batteries and try and destroy White Lightning from the inside. We'll see how that goes.
Now, Daniel, I see a lot of these robots in a bunch of different sizes. I understand there's a weight limit. Is there also a size limit?
In the Beetleweight competition here, there is no size limit. You can make your robot as large as you like. The official rules actually state that the robot has to be small enough to fit through the door. Now, with this particular arena, the doors are something like 8 foot wide and just over 3 foot tall, so you can have a very big robot indeed.
Sorry, Daniel, I don't really understand those measurements. How many?
2,440 millimeters wide and 915 millimeters tall. There you go.
Okay, I was confused. I was thinking like gallons and stuff.
So yeah, you can have a 2.4 meter by 9.15 meter robot. Sorry, 0.915 meter robot, and it would technically be cool according to the rules. But you'd have to make it out of something really light, like polystyrene.
And then it could be like really deep as well, right? So if you just had like a massive rectangle, like an oblong shaped block.
As long as it moved. If you don't move, then you get counted out and you get knocked out. But it is a valid strategy. Some people build gigantic cardboard robots, and it's real hard to get to for the other robots to get to the batteries, motors, and the delicate things like that. Okay, I think the drivers are ready. What's going on, Josh? Okay, so it's a pretty bad start for White Lightning. He's had an electrical fault. All right, we're going.
Some good sportsmanship by both competitors there.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, fight! White Lightning weapon spinning up and no, it's still going. Managed to get a hit on Apex Predator. Sparks flying. So it looks Apex Predator is going to take this slow. White Lightning with only one side working, not able to drive around very easily.
It seems like, that was the problem with the White Lightning robot. Apparently the right wheel got shorted before the match, perhaps from yesterday.
Now you notice those sparks were white, not the usual yellow you'd expect. That means that they were caused by an impact from titanium. So these robots have become stuck. We'll have a pause and an unstick. Once the robots have been separated, they shall restart.
Right, if both drivers are ready, we'll resume the match in 3, 2, 1, go.
So with 1 minute gone in the match, the arena weapons are now active. The saw that the robot's currently dancing above is fired up and will pop out with no warning. We've made it a bit more dangerous than it was yesterday. There goes saw again. So even if the robots are wounded, even if the weapons aren't working, they can use the arena weapons.
That's right, Daniel. It makes the wedge bot extremely useful because you can put a lot more power into your drive.
White Lightning struggling to get away from that saw. And the saw's cutting into the back of White Lightning. Big gash there in that plastic armor. White Lightning bounces off the side of the arena and the weapon pauses for a moment, but not for too long. Once again, the robot's fighting on top of the saw and it takes a big chunk out of the bottom of Apex Predator.
This is looking like a really close match, Daniel. In another 15 seconds, that pit will descend. Perhaps we'll see a knockout that way.
Down goes the pit, and there is now another avenue for knockout as one robot might push the other into the pit. Apex Predator has an advantage there with both of its wheels working. White Lightning, however, only its half its drive. Apex Predator pushes White Lightning over the saw. White Lightning, and that is the match. This one will go to the judges.
Alright, so for that previous match of Apex Predator versus White Lightning, the judges have come to a split decision in favor of Apex Predator. So we're just waiting on the bots for the next match, which are going to be Howler and Snow White. So from what I saw yesterday, I believe Howler is a vertical spinning drum and Snow White is a horizontal disc spinner. So that's the first match of today where we have two kinetic energy weapons. Hopefully we see a good show. Hopefully they're both operational at the moment. Just a reminder to spectators to stay a step back away from the arena.
So in this fight, we have the possibly the most brutal possible combination of robots, a horizontal spinner versus a vertical spinner, the beta bar versus the wheat cutting blade.
Now, Daniel, could you please tell me about a beater bar? What is that exactly? How is it different from a regular bar?
So similar to a drum type weapon, it's what we refer to this sort of bronze colored weapon as on Howler. That's right. Where you have kind of like a rectangle shape whacking implement.
Just another reminder, if you're a spectator, please stay a step away from the arena. And if you see a photographer trying to take photos, because we do have a couple, please just keep your heads out of the way.
Alright, so this is Howler's second competition. Snow White, however, was built
On Friday.
On Friday night or Saturday morning, yesterday morning, in order to get ready for this competition.
Alright, so we just need to make sure the arena doors are closed. There is a safety mechanism in place, so none of the arena can activate unless the doors are completely closed.
Yeah, here we go. Snow White in the red square versus Howler in the blue square.
Alright, we've got the starting sequence going. 3, 2, 1, fight! Both weapons spinning up real fast.
Slowly coming towards each other. Snow White just missing Howler. First weapon contact, Snow White goes flying into the wall. Howler's weapon seems to have stopped.
Seems quite unfortunate for Howler, but it looks like he's trying to start his weapon back up. Not seem to have any luck.
Snow White merciless, smashing into the front of Howler, but now Snow White's weapon is stopped too. So we're going to have a little bit of a pushing match. In about 10 seconds, the arena hazards will activate. We have the flipper with the red square around it and the saw that the robot's currently dancing on top of. There goes the flipper.
Each robot trying to fight for control, trying to control your opponent into the saw blade area. It's always tricky to do so because if you have to push them there, then you're going to be near it too. Now the arena hazards come up like sporadically. It's completely random when they come up.
Both of these robots have similar drives. I think they're using the same motors, similar wheel sizes, gives them fairly equal speed, equal torque, the same weight, of course, as dictated by the regulations. This is a pretty even fight. Howler now pinning Snow White against the wall.
And I believe they're only allowed to pin the opponent robot for up to 10 seconds before they have to let go. In another 5 seconds, that pit's going to drop, and if a robot falls into that, it'll be immediately eliminated. There goes the pit.
Contact from the saw on Howler. Snow White trying to lure Howler onto the flipper. Howler flipped up against the wall. They're very stuck. If Snow White doesn't slam into that robot, there's nothing doing. But they've been saved by the bell. Howler is not going to get knocked out.
That countdown did not finish. That time finished first.
So this one goes to the judges.
All right, so the judge's decision is in for that match between Snow White and Howler. The vote was unanimous for Snow White. Now the next match of the day is going to be between Bender and Yeti. Again, I think this time we have two drum spinners. They've got two different implementations of the beater bar that Daniel was telling us about before. So commentating this match, we've got myself and
Gary. Wow.
And yourself.
Myself.
Yeah. Right, Kerry's going to be leaving after this match. We're all going to be sad.
All right, so in this match in the red square, we have Bender.
And in the blue square, we have Yeti.
All right, so Bender, are you guys ready? Yeti, ready? All right, let's get the startup sequence underway.
Three, two, one, go!
Bender immediately spinning up their weapon, you can hear it. Getting a good initial hit onto Yeti.
That's right, it looks like Bender's weapon is significantly faster at spinning up and seems to have more chance to contact. It might stick out a bit further.
One might say it's just more awesome.
A lot of debris coming off of Yeti.
Yeti's weapon stopping there as it's rammed up against the wall.
It's really interesting to see
Yeti knocked vertical. It's very interesting. Let's see whether this is a situation that Yeti can rescue themselves from. And they manage to flip themselves back down.
Very well done. They can use their weapon to keep themselves moving there.
It looks like Yeti is definitely high-centered on something. I imagine it's a part of their robot that has been bent downwards.
That is a knockout in favor of Bender.
Bender, the beast.
The next match is going to be Microaggression versus Potato Bot. Potato Bot, I've made it clear, that is my favorite robot of the competition, built by my favorite robot builder.
So we have the giant driving scoop versus the self-destructing robot. This will be our last Beetleweight fight for a while. We'll be going back to the Antweight division after this fight. This is also the lowest seeded fight of our double elimination bracket.
Well, that sounds like an insult. It's in the lower bracket, yeah. I also found out that yesterday this match actually happened. So we had Microaggression versus Potato Bot.
Microaggression won, didn't it?
It did. So let's see if Potato Bot can make a comeback here.
Didn't Potato Bot self-destruct?
I feel like Potato Bot does that all the time. Potato Bot has been the deciding factor in each of his fights.
It's an extremely violent, extremely vicious robot when it works.
That's right. So what happened yesterday was he was running the weapon at around 20% power and it worked brilliantly. But as soon as he turned it up to 25%, it did not work.
So I've just been told that Potato Bot has been freshly hot glued together. The hot glue has not actually dried. So perhaps something that Microaggression can take advantage of.
Let's just hope that the hot glue isn't holding together anything too important. Mike's signature slapping down his robot.
Demonstrating build quality, structural strength of his robots by just chucking them to the ground.
Mike, the king of core flute. Alright, just a reminder to the spectators, stay a step back away from the arena. You're welcome to sit down. Just make sure you've got some room in front of you, so that we have access to underneath the arena.
Here comes the mini bot,
And also for our photographer.
So Microaggression's last mini bot got utterly annihilated. So this time it's borrowed a mini bot called Doom from the Antweight competition.
That's Agony. We all know
sorry.
which one Agony is.
I swear it's Doom. Is it Doom? Oh, it's Agony. Okay, I'm sorry. Doom and Agony look exactly the same. It doesn't look very impressive up against Potato Bot, which is a lot bigger, a much scarier weapon.
He's gone for the different design strategy this time. He's got 2 evenly sized wheels. Remember yesterday when he was using 1 large wheel and 1 small wheel to get the combination of high torque and high speed.
Seems like common sense has prevailed this time. Both wheels are the same size. Right. Drivers, are you ready?
We've got the thumbs up. Arena startup sequence has begun. Three, two, one, fight! Potato Bot immediately attacking the arena. Wow.
Then ripping apart the mini bot. Stop. So, stop, Mike, stop. So, according to the rules, if the battery of a robot is exposed, which is what just happened, we are going to remove that robot from the field, because otherwise, what happens when a So what happens when a lipo gets hit by a weapon? It turns into a great big column of fire. Okay. Yes, due to a technicality. Under the current rules, if any battery is exposed, the other team wins. Because it's kind of dangerous fighting with your battery exposed. Because like I say, they turn into big columns of fire if you hit them too hard. So in this instance, Potato Bot wins by knockout. But now we can totally do an exhibition match if we remove the mini bot. Go on, keep fighting.
Now, of course, because it's a tournament, it comes down to the owner of the robot's decision, their discretion on whether they want to have the exhibition match.
Okay, so Steve is bravely putting on his robot on the line, even though he's through to the next round and has more fights, and his robot likes to self-destruct. He's going to fight. We have 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, so once we start, there'll be 8 seconds before the arena weapons will activate. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, restart. Microaggression immediately doing what it does best, scooping up PotatoBot and driving into the wall, using its own weapon against it. However, now Steve taking that risk, PotatoBot's weapon spinning up fast enough to do some damage.
There's a chunk of core flute flying out, sawing through that buzzsaw.
Now that core flute, Mike's been a bit cheeky. He's actually put titanium rods, slipped them inside the core flute. Both robots very nearly being chopped up by the saw.
It looks like the outside rubber banding from one of Microaggression's tires.
That might mean a little less traction on the left side for Microaggression. Makes that robot a little bit easier to push around. Both robots drive over the saw, take a little bit of cosmetic damage.
Now this PotatoBot's design is a lot like Scrub Cutter in the Antweight division. Which do you think has been doing better this tournament?
Well, going purely by results, I think Scrub Cutter is doing a little bit better, but certainly this PotatoBot is very fun to watch. It could destroy itself at any time.
Only
Pit's
30
about
seconds.
to go down. There it goes. Microaggression will probably try to push PotatoBot into that pit. And it does so. Microaggression wins by knockout.